Story 26, Paul's third journey, shipwrecked. Many people tried to stop Paul from telling people the truth about Jesus. They even arrested Paul. Paul was to see the Roman leader. That leader would decide if he would be punished. They put Paul on a ship going to Rome. They stopped in a port on the way to Rome. Paul told them,
"We need to stop here for the winter. It's too dangerous to go on."
But they didn't listen to Paul. Then there was a storm, a very bad storm. The storm had been so intense it lasted almost 14 days. No one had eaten for days. The sailors thought they would surely die. Paul told them,
"Men, we will not die."
He told them that God told him that they would all live. The boat would crash, but they would be safe. Paul said,
"We haven't eaten for such a long time, so let's be cheerful and eat."
Yes, that's what Paul said. Be cheerful and eat. And then the ship crashed into some rocks. The captain yelled,
"Swim to shore!"
Paul was right about it being too dangerous, and he was right about the boat crashing and everyone being all right. So you may be wondering, how could something good come out of this terrible thing? People that lived on the island came to greet them.
Welcome to our island! Come, we will warm you with a fire and serve you food.
Paul prayed to Jesus to heal many on the island, including the leader's father. They were healed by the power of Jesus. And those healings were some of the good that came from the bad thing of being shipwrecked. But there's more. Paul had the opportunity to tell the people here the good news, and they may not have ever heard the good news if Paul hadn't been shipwrecked there. God took care of Paul even when he was shipwrecked. God didn't stop Paul from being arrested and taken to Rome, but God took care of Paul through this bad situation. Then after 3 months, Paul left on another boat. The islanders gave Paul and the sailors supplies for their trip. Paul finally arrived in Rome. You may be wondering if the Roman leader punished Paul. He did, but they thought highly of Paul, so they let Paul live in a house, but he did have to be chained to a Roman guard. And guess what? Paul was able to tell the guards chained to him about Jesus, and some of them became followers of Jesus. So even when Paul was shipwrecked, God was not done with him. God still had plans for Paul to tell others about Jesus, so they could choose to be saved.